What is good? Fuck, good. Everyone. Shoobs here. This is so scuffed.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
These switches were sent in for a honest review. They are in stock on Lubedeswitches, which I am affiliated with. You can use the link in the description or code Shoobs for 5% off and to help me out. What is good, everyone? Shoobs here. Today we'll be looking at these little treats. These, very fitting for the tasty looking color scheme, are called the cotton candy switches. And wait for it, they're light tactile. Now, we have not looked at a tactile switch for how long now has it been? Oh my god, it's actually been 5 months now. Tactile enjoyers, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I have no excuses. I went out to get some Krytox and it took a while to find my way back home, you know. But yeah, we are back with a banger of a tactile switch because I think these might be actually one of my favorite tactiles ever. Now, as many of you know, I am a light tactile enjoyer. I enjoy MX Browns. Yes, those videos with MX Brown builds are not a meme. I actually do enjoy them and I type on them quite often. Such things like Pewters, those new Meteor Oranges are nice as well, but honestly there aren't that many light tactiles out there in the market still. Strong boys like the Lubed U4Ts dominate the current tactile game, which is not a bad thing because Lubed U4Ts are great and I really like them, but I personally cannot type on super strong tactiles for a long time without getting really tired. I have very weak fingers, don't judge me, so when I got these in my hands, oh man. So some details on these cotton candy switches. These are a light tactile switch manufactured by JWK, featuring the same light tactile stem found on the Pewters. Additionally, they feature a full nylon, yes, full nylon housing, as well as a 58 gram gold plated spring with some light lubing stock, and 58 grams, very based. This switch is literally has a lot of the things that I really like. I'm gonna say right here that this review is sort of biased because this checks off all of my preference points. It has nylon housing, it's light tactile, and it's a very light spring, which is all things that I really enjoy. Essentially, these are full nylon versions of the Pewters with a deeper sound as well due to its nylon housing, and since the Pewters are full unwipe, that is UHMWPE, while these are full nylon. Anyways, here are the switches we'll be comparing these cotton candy switches to. The details will be on the screen through my scuffed editing skills, and yeah. But you know what is not scuffed? Custom cables from Cable Mod. This video was sponsored by Cable Mod. If you guys know PCs, you probably heard of Cable Mod before, but they are now making some really great custom keyboard cables as well. This purple aviator one I got from them was super nice and high quality and was made from their configurator, which is pretty sick. You can go in, choose a layout you want, and the different type of colors and positions of the coil and all that. The color options and the amount of customizability is very cool and honestly very straightforward. Cable Mod actually reached out and told me I could check out their cables before working further with them, and after seeing the cables on hand, these are definitely something I would personally use, and I actually do right now. They sent me a bunch of cables and I'm using some in my room. They're actually quite nice, and I really appreciated that sentiment. You can actually use the link in the description if you want a cable for yourself to help me out. Anyways, thanks to Cable Mod for sponsoring this video. Will be a pleasure working with them, and yeah, back to the video. Welcome to another scuffed stem wobble test. Just keep in mind this is not very accurate at all. Just take this with a grain of salt because you know there's batch variants, switch variants, and all that. But the cotton candy switches are a little bit wobbly, and so are the Pewters, as well as the Duroc T1s. These are manufactured by JWK, and I would recommend filming them because I find JWK's a little bit wobbly. Cherries are also a bit wobbly stock. The Holy Pandas are pretty tight, and so are the Boba Yof. I almost said boob. with the Lubed U4Ts. These two don't need films. The Akko Ocean Blues, was it? They're pretty tight, but I actually have not tried filming this, but I think you can still film these. The SP Stars are one of the tightest out of all of these. The SP Star line does not need any films, and the Zealioses are a bit wobbly, so I would film them as well. Before the sound test starts, I just want to say sound tests are not very accurate. Everybody's room acoustics, desk setup, desk mats, mic and keyboard case and all that is different, so just take this with a grain of salt. Everything that I say here is of my own opinion, and your experience and opinions might differ. Also, I better not hear herder, MX Browns, or linear comments, or I swear to God. Well, in terms of tactility, this is what the chart would be looking like from least tactile to most tactile. I actually put the Meteor Oranges as the least tactile because, surprisingly enough, they actually feel less tactile than browns. What the fuck? Maybe it's cause of the smoother bump, but yeah, these oranges are actually like linears, to be honest. I actually should do a review on some SP Star switches sooner or later, but today we're going to be talking about these cotton candy switches. And like most people already expected, they will be going in the very light category, right where the Pewters are, because it's essentially the same tactility, they use the same stem. These are slightly more tactile and have some feedback compared to the MX Browns and the Meteor Oranges, and the bump is a bit more rounder as well. It's a bit smoother, it feels really good. However, that is not to say these are stronger than these, because they are quite a bit weaker than, say, Ergo Clears or even the Akko. And on the right hand side, you see the strong tactile boys just looking down at us light tactile enjoyers with contempt, going pathetic. As for the sound profile of these switches, with the Pewters being the most high-pitched and the Lubed U4Ts being the lowest pitched, these are real deep. But I would put the cotton candy switches actually around the middle. These are definitely the deepest sounding light tactiles by far, but they still aren't as deep as some of the strong boys over here. I would actually put the Zealios as not as deep as the Bobas, but these right here are much deeper in comparison. But overall, these are still the deepest sounding light tactiles, which I actually really like. Overall, what do I think of these switches? They're fire, straight gas. I've been a long time Pewter fan ever since they were released early this year, and as a enjoyer of light tactiles, these just hit the sweet spot that I'm looking for. While the Pewters and MX Browns are crisper sounding, these cotton candy switches are much deeper and sound very creamy in comparison, in my opinion. As for the cons, I think that the switches are a bit pricey, coming in at around 65 cents a switch, but in the realm of JWKs, not JWICs. JWICs are pretty good, by the way. I should make a review on those. God, my backlog is long, but like I was saying, in terms of JWKs, that's pretty standard pricing, but I still think JWK is a little overpriced. I think it could be a bit lower, but also I want to note the most important sort of issue or con to mention would be the leaf ping on these. There's actually some slight leaf ping that you can hear if you put the switches next to your ear. This also happens with the Pewters as well as Meteor Oranges and Browns. Basically, all light tactiles have this sort of leaf ping, which is weird, but honestly, when lubed and put on a board, I cannot hear it at all. Maybe your ears are a bit more sensitive than mine though, so yeah, I just wanted to note that as a possible issue. But overall, I would recommend these switches in a heartbeat to any light tactile connoisseurs out there. These are definitely something you should try, especially if you like Pewters and want a deeper sound, because they're basically that. Also, if you are a sworn linear user, I would also recommend trying some light tactiles as well, and especially if you're a OSU gamer. Light tactiles are definitely my go-to switches for OSU, even though I'm not really good at OSU, so my opinions don't really matter. I don't know shit about performance, but they feel really nice when you're typing on it. I don't really know how to describe it, but light tactiles just feel fucking amazing to type on. It's like a slight massage for the fingertips. Essentially, the best way I can put or describe light tactiles are like spicy linears, and goddamn do I love spicy food. If you are a strong tactile enjoyer, sorry, this video is not really for you. You can go be Chad with your strong fingertips somewhere else. Also, I'm sorry, I'll be doing some strong tactile reviews soon. Honestly, this review I gave quite a bit of praise, but it's been a while since I've enjoyed a tactile switch so much. But as you know, I am very biased towards light tactiles. I really like them, as you can tell, and I really hope some more start entering the market soon. But overall, yeah, these cotton candy switches are really good. I'll probably be dailying them for a while. Going to be doing a few personal builds with them, and overall, gets my big thumbs up of approval. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video till the end. We're almost at 70k, which is absolutely crazy. Really appreciate all the support. More Switch reviews, I have a big backlog. More keyboard videos and more comedy videos on the way soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one.